I just had to buy for babies, and I still didn't buy anything. I bought, like, everything pretty much last night.
No.
I had to go to Walmart to get dog food, and I was like...
Oh, well, I'm here.
I was like, well, I guess I might as well buy them gifts. Like, as if I had any other time that I could go buy gifts for them. I'm terrible.
Oh, yeah, me too. I don't like buying gifts in general. My dad kind of ruined it for me because I'm all like... So one time I had to buy something. What was I doing? Are we recording or recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
Is this the regular podcast episode, and then we're gonna do the tier list, or the other way around?
The other way around. Okay. This is the Christmas episode.
Okay, so I guess this will still be time relevant.
Time relevant.
So I think it was a white elephant, and I got my aunt, but they weren't supposed to be bad gifts. So they're supposed to be at least half decent. And I was coming up with all these ideas for my aunt.
So was it white elephant or gift exchange?
I think it was.
Because white elephant's the one where it's like a game where you take a present, everyone brings a present, and then you randomly choose a present.
I think it was the other one, the other way around. But this was a while ago. Yeah, it's a gift exchange. And so I got something. I was thinking. I was pondering using my orb, aka my phone, to help with my aunt. And every idea I'd come up with, my dad would give some fucking rhetorical goddamn answer for almost every idea I had. And I thought I came up with some pretty good ones. I'm like, I was like, oh, I think that would be pretty nice. And I don't even remember what I got her. But eventually at one point, I'm all like, damn, I must suck at gift giving. And I think that was the time and the story just due to how, like, constant my dad's yapping was. I'm like, you know what? I'm terrible at gift giving. So by proxy, nobody gets gifts.
Nobody gets anything.
Yeah.
See, I've come to conclusion that white elephant and
white elephant I can do because
white elephant funny. And gift exchange sucks.
Oh yeah.
So like something's always gonna go wrong. You might as well just buy gifts. If you see something that makes you think of somebody, just buy them that.
Yeah.
And that'll be the gift.
Yeah.
Because any other way, like, you just feel obligated at that point to get somebody something, and then you have no idea what to get that person.
No, yeah, it sucks every time.
Yeah. And then when there's stress put on it that you have to get this one specific
and then it's
person
just like,
something,
panic,
then
panic.
Then you end up getting them something that they probably won't even like.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. I think I know what people like or would be interested in, because I feel like with gifts, at least as an adult, it's the versatility and the usefulness of said gift that's the best kind of gift.
So that's why socks are great.
I fucking love me a pair of socks.
If you just get me a pack of socks, Bombas, not sponsored, but Bombas socks, I love those. They're a little pricey though. Yeah. Just nice socks. But a big pack of them, not just two.
Wool socks.
I don't want just one pair of socks. I want a bunch of socks because I'll wear through that one pair too fast.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's been like 2 years since I bought like a pair of socks for myself, and they're barely ripping now.
I think that's about, if you get good socks, that's about the average time that it takes to tear. Nike socks, garbage. Those are garbage socks. They tear after like 6 months.
That's insane. Do you know? I think that's if you do limited walking.
Unless I walk a lot.
You walk a lot.
I do have trouble sitting still.
No, you pace. Yeah, and that's an insane.
And then I do Shadow the Hedgehog slide across the tile any chance I get.
Shadow.
Oh hell, Shadow. There's life within.
Well, anyway, Merry Chrysler.
Merry Christmas.
And
happy holidays. It's the Christmas episode though. This is right before Christmas Eve, and maybe I'll have Christmas presents by the time this episode comes out. Maybe
I will.
Who knows? I'm terrible. I'm garbage.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess there's a little bit of Christmas memories. We're terrible at gift
I
giving.
don't think I'm terrible at gift giving. It's just
Your dad scarred you.
Yes, and I'm like, nobody gets gifts now.
Exactly.
Not bah humbug. More like, I'll show up to the event, but I won't be in totally enthusiastic to see people open up my gifts.
I think I'm just good at buying babies gifts.
Yeah, they're easy to buy for.
It's like, I get you all these toys, and you're going to be so happy looking at all of them.
Oh, other gifts I like. Toys. Buy me an action figure, and I'll fucking yip and holler.
If I see Sonic the Hedgehog under the Christmas tree, oh, man.
Or Legos.
Legos are such a good gift.
Yeah, you have to get like a specific one.
Yeah.
Me when I don't get my thing that I want for Christmas. It's happened several times, and I felt just like Angie if the mic picked it up.
Santa Claus is not coming this year.
Can I tell you the time that the time that it was ruined to me that Santa wasn't real?
I need to hear this story because for me as a child, I think until I was 6, I was like, ooh, Santa. And then at some point after that, I was just like, I guess Santa's not real.
What was it?
Except technically he is real, so keep that in mind, all you non-believers.
The Coca-Cola version's not.
Coca-Cola Santa's not
St. Nicholas. Real. I think, how do I put this? I can't remember the exact date, but I remember the scenario in which that happened. Mm-hmm. I'm walking to class, right? I think I was in kindergarten, maybe first grade, somewhere in that bracket of time.
It seems like that's about the time that you realize.
Yeah. And then I'm walking to class, and then one of these girls named Ashley says something. And I'm just looking at her, and eventually we come face to face, and then she just looks me dead in my eye and goes, "Yeah, Santa Claus isn't real."
And you're like,
"What? What do you mean?" And I just think about it, and then she starts explaining. It's like, "Yeah, your parents buy you the gifts," and like she totally like metaphorically gut punched me as like a kindergartner or first grader, and I'm like, "What?" And no. I don't think this was during Christmas. I'm remembering the memory like it was like in the spring or the summer. So like not even during the festive holiday season, and I'm getting gut punched metaphorically speaking, as a first grader or a kindergartner, and I'm just like, this is
terrible.
This is terrible. Why are we lying? I think as a kid, not as an adult now, I understand why they do it, but as a kid, I'm like, this is terrible. Why are you lying to all these children?
How could you lie to me, Mom?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
I think my clue that it wasn't real was that I was good one year and I got absolutely nothing.
She asked him,
and I was like, I guess it's either Santa effing hates me or he's not real.
Was I really good at this year?
I was like, oh well. And I think I got a DS that Mariah broke.
Damn. God damn it, Mariah.
That was more devastating than finding out Santa wasn't real. Was that morning that I woke up and saw that my DS was split in half.
Okay. I have to bitch real quick about Nintendo products before I go buy a Nintendo product.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that the motherfucking DS just had a Minecraft durability of a fucking flint and steel? Can you tell me that? Why did they feel so fucking flimsy?
I think it was just the DS Lites. Like those DS Lites were just not built as good.
I'm trying to remember which ones I had. I had a few of them, but I swear to God, all of them. It's not just the fact that eventually they'd come almost basically in two. It's that at one point the screen would stop to lock. It'd get flaccid after a while. And it's just all like, what the fuck?
I think that was just, it had to be that the DS Lites were just not built like sturdy. Because the original DS, that's built like a brick.
Yeah, no,
that's a
Nokia, bro.
That's a steel. That's a steel ingot that you're holding in your hand.
Here's my ingot.
And the DS Lite was just really thin plastic. I'm gonna bring it out right now.
You have all of them. Like, what comes on screen and while I'm yawning. I woke up like 2 hours ago. We're recording this early. My bad. But like those things, I swear to God, they just everything about those DSs just felt not all together. Honestly, they felt off, and I don't know why. Like I dropped mine, bad kid. I remember those memories. They scar me, but it's the sole fact that my iPhone can survive a fall, but a DS can't, kind of low-key pisses me off. For real.
Okay. So I don't know where our original DS is, but I can tell you for sure that's a steel brick right there. But this you can feel. Like this is very thin plastic. Like,
can I hold that?
Yes.
It's been like a decade.
This is Cliff's old DS. If he watches this, he's gonna have a bunch of memories fly back. But this is his old DS. But yeah, so I never got the DS Lite or DSi. But
Bummer, man.
After my DS broke in half, I didn't get another one for like, I want to say 6 years. And that was this one, the 3DS. But the 3DS is so it's so much more sturdy.
Oh yeah, no, those felt like
this
fucking bricks.
I literally dropped this out of a moving car and it's still fine.
Yeah,
like it plays so good and it's a sturdy. Like they used tough plastic for this. If you want to refill it.
Yeah, I have mine at home. I think mine was even bigger. I think I had the XL.
You have the XL.
The XL was huge.
That's the OG 3DS.
But like, no, I can definitely feel the weight. Okay, like, so what I mean by the loose, like that one feels sturdy. But with this one, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. The little wobble, I hated the wobble. That wobble wasn't too bad. I can feel the weight go up and then down.
Well, I think it's because there's a point where you can click it to like its max point. Mm-hmm. And if as a child, I used to. I might be indicating a lot of latent mental issues I might have, but as a child, if like while I was playing the game, I would take the screen and pop it in and out of its max capacity. Let me see it real quick. I don't want to do it to Cliffs, but so there's a point where you can see it's still like bent like this. I'd always take it beyond that point like this and just kind of flip it back and forth. And I think that messes with the mechanisms and makes it not like existing.
You have a $100 game worth in there, bud.
Yeah, my Omega Ruby.
Yeah, those will sell for.
I love that. What a great game.
What a great game.
Let me tell you, there's something I hope. This will be the last thing I talk about or I guess you had something you were talking about with Nintendo. It's I hope with the Switch 2 that they somehow, I don't know, like I feel like it's probably not the most monetary lucrative thing, but I think it would be a really cool idea if as like a side product, they sold basically like DSs again. That are like they work like how the Switch Lite works, where it's like another Switch, just a cheaper model. Mm-hmm. But you can and it's like sell it for like $150 or something. But then you can also use it as like a controller to connect to the
that would be a
main
steal.
Switch.
I won't lie, that'd be a steal.
Like that, I feel like that would be such a cool idea because then that would inspire people to buy multiple Switches in a household. Mm-hmm. And then for kids who still can't afford can't afford a main Switch, they can still get the smaller model and be able to play.
It's so weird we're talking about the Switch 2 and it's been like almost nearly a decade since like the original. Has it been almost a decade?
Pretty much.
I think it's been like 7 years.
It's I think gonna be 8 years.
God, that is so. You know what? Yesterday night or the day previous, I saw some Attica clips show up on my timeline, bro, on TikTok, and I went,
no. Oh, the Etika Christmas stream is probably one of the most legendary streams I've ever watched of a YouTuber.
God, it was insane. I can't say the whole thing.
You can't say it, but that was where I think Sprite Cranberry took hold as a household icon.
Yeah, no.
Was that stream. Mm-hmm. Good times, man. Good times. But yeah.
I kept on always dropping my DSs and they fucking shattered.
You had multiple DSs?
I had like 2.
After my DS Lite broke, I had to just use Colby's old one because my mom just refused to buy me a new one.
Damn. It
wasn't even my fault either. I don't know why I didn't get reimbursed.
Where's my insurance?
I guess she figured that it was more convenient that I just used Colby's old one rather than buying me an actual new one.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's still
kind of fucked up though.
She's like,
you'll be fine.
That's fine. I don't get it. I truly don't.
Yeah.
But what I do get is Nintendo. If you want to make Christmas memories crazy again, make Christmas crazy again. Take my idea into consideration to have little Switch DSs that you can buy separately to play separately, but can connect to a main Switch.
Real.
I think that would be an insanely good idea.
Well, anyway.
But now, the topic. I didn't make a tier list.
Okay.
But I figure this is how we're going to do it. Because I made a list of Christmas movies. But I also found the Rotten Tomatoes top 100 Christmas movies.
Okay.
So I figure we can go over the list of Christmas movies I made.
From like 100 to 1?
No.
Oh, yours.
I made a little list of just the ones that I'm pretty sure that I know for sure I've seen or I'm confident that you might have seen. And then we'll rate those and we'll scroll through the Rotten Tomatoes top 100 list.
Okay.
So
I'm down.
I don't know why I didn't put it all on my computer, but the list is on my phone.
Oh.
So let me just add one more. I'll start from the bottom actually, and then work our way up. So have you seen the Adam Sandler 8 Crazy Nights?
I just recently did, yes.
Did you?
Yes.
That's great.
Just because of the meme.
I love that so much that you just watched it. All right, what did you think of it?
It's definitely an Adam Sandler movie. Okay, yes. My major critique of 8 Crazy Nights. It's okay. It's a Christmas movie, but it's like a Jewish Christmas movie.
It's a holiday movie, so I think it counts.
Yeah, it definitely does. But like, my major critique is it's not a Christmas movie. It's an Adam Sandler movie with the Christmas theme.
Hey, isn't that most Christmas specials anyway?
Yes, I would agree. But a good Christmas movie is Christmas with a theme around it. So it's kind of like the reverse.
I don't know, because it does. I think it gives off a good like message, and
no.
It has the same.
It's a good movie, but it just feels too Adam Sandler. Or maybe it's just I've watched so many Adam Sandler movies now
that you recognize the formula.
Yeah, and it's just like this is just Adam Sandler. So like it's like a solid like 7 for me.
I'm actually
like
going to agree with that.
7 or a 6.
But you know what? Critics pan that movie. They hate that movie.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
it's
pretty good.
Yeah, it's okay.
I think it's very enjoyable to watch. It's crude, but it's fun.
It's an Adam Sandler movie.
It's fun to watch.
What are you expecting?
So yeah, 7 out of 10.
It's just not fair.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good movie.
Yeah, it's okay. It's like a 6 or a 7.
All right, so how do we feel about Gremlins?
It's a Christmas movie?
It is.
I
forgot Gremlins is a Christmas movie, but it is indeed a Christmas movie. The entirety of the movie is Gizmo is a Christmas present.
Oh,
and it takes place like on or around Christmas.
like Gremlins itself is a cool movie. It's like child horror.
Good. It's good.
Yeah, it's like
it's a children's child horror, I'd say.
Like a 6. That one's been a while since I've seen Gremlins. I don't know. I was never like a massive fan of Gremlins. Like I would always it was like a cultural like phenomenon for a little bit for some reason, but it's not like something I'd hop over the moon for.
I was scared of it as a child, but as I've gotten older, I was like, eh.
Oh, well, look at the cinematography.
But also, it's like, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of where you're at. I don't really see.
It's like a 5.
Once the fear went away, I still don't really see the appeal of the movie.
And it kind of had like a cult following for a little bit, didn't it?
It still does.
It does? Mm-hmm. Those
People
80s kids love their movie. Stuff.
Like, I'd probably give it about the same as 8 Crazy Nights. Maybe a little higher than 8 Crazy Nights. Because I think it does.
The puppeteering was pretty good.
Yeah, the puppeteering's good. And it has... I think overall it's a better...
Is E.T. a Halloween movie then, by proxy?
Does it take place on Halloween?
I thought it did.
I haven't seen E.T., so I don't know.
Really?
Oh my computer's about to die. What happened?
It died.
Welp. We'll continue. And if it dies, it dies.
If it dies, it dies. Okay, go.
It dies. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
I have yet to watch that.
You haven't watched it?
I wanted to watch it last year when it came out, but I completely forgot about it. And then I saw a clip of it recently. I'm like, I need to watch this. Maybe
I think it's pretty good. Mm-hmm. It basically follows the same. It's like the Adam Sandler 8 Crazy Nights, but instead of the Adam Sandler formula, it's like Guardians of the Galaxy formula. Mm-hmm. I think it's good. I'd give it like an 8.
I haven't seen it.
It has a really I think it's very well written. It's a fun movie. It's a fun little.
Yeah, it's made by James Gunn. Come on.
And the Guardians, man, they're great.
It's just a sad.
And then
story
you're just
Quill.
It was the last movie you watch from them right before Guardians 3, where you're just sad.
Damn, Rocket,
no. But okay, Die Hard. How do we feel about that?
The classic.
There's the debate that is whether or not it's even a Christmas movie at all. But I've settled this this is totally Oblivious confirmed, so that therefore it stands as called. It's like when you send a play call up to New York and 7.5. That if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then by proxy we induct Jurassic World into the Christmas movie Hall of Fame. Because Jurassic World takes place on Christmas and they go to the park for their Christmas present.
Which one did you say?
Jurassic World.
Oh, fuck, they did.
It's a Christmas movie.
Oh, I didn't even know. What the hell?
Because even thinking about it too, Gremlins, basically the only difference between Gremlins and Jurassic World is you see more Christmas lights throughout the movie.
Huh.
Because it's basically the same thing. Their Christmas present causes problems, and now they have to survive the holiday.
Why is it always a constant theme? Like you wanted something for Christmas and then it's chaos.
Chaos. Yeah.
What was the original question? Die Hard?
Die Hard. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Even though it is, you can technically classify it as a Christmas movie. It's just another case of like 80s, 90s, like super masculine hour movie kind of thing. It's like Rambo. It's just Rambo Christmas in a tower. That's all it really is. Like it's enjoyable. Like I could even say 6 or 7. It's not crazy. Now, Die Hard 2 personally I think is better, but like Die Hard's it's okay. It's 6 or 7. It's enjoyable. Like it's one of those movies you can turn on like halfway through and just kind of watch, and you'll get the basic summary of the plot and you'll be fine. It's kind of like that. So nothing crazy on that.
Jurassic World. That's a solid 8 or 9 out of 10.
I'm gonna be honest. I think I might be tripping on this. I don't think I ever saw World.
You had to have. There's no way you didn't.
Is it that one?
Yeah, it's that one. The one. Is it that one? The one that says Jurassic World on it.
What's the plot of that one again? There's too many Jurassic Parks.
They remade the park.
Okay.
And they go to it with their aunt.
Go to it. Haktua?
Don't actually kill you.
Dude, I said that on that random site tangent. I accidentally kind of said Haktua in one of my videos. And for the past week, I've been getting people timestamping 10 minutes and 42 seconds on one of my videos, and everybody's like, Haktua? Question mark. So it's spit on my brain. Anyway, so go back to the original plot of it.
That they go to the park with their aunt.
Okay.
And they genetically created a crazy dinosaur.
Okay. I thought it was the movie after that one because I didn't watch that one.
That one sucks.
Yeah.
That one's actually bad. But Jurassic World's very good.
Yes.
I actually really like that one.
Yes, I think so.
I'll give it, to be fair, I'll give it an 8.5.
I'll give it like a 7. I was never really big. I'm not a big Jurassic Park fan like you, so I view it very casually.
You view it casually.
So I don't know.
And I'm thinking that's not even a bias on my part. I think it's a very solid movie.
I'd have to rewatch it again.
I think it's solid.
Yeah.
But anyway, continuing on. Have you seen the movie Deck the Halls?
That's such a generic ass fucking title for
a
Christmas movie.
It's so generic, and I think the plot is as generic as it possibly gets.
What?
It's with Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick, and they're neighbors, and they're competing to see who can decorate their house the best.
I think I might have seen this one in a random Christmas in like 2012 for like 15 minutes before my aunt switched it to the Peanuts. So I don't know.
I think for some reason, for a while, we watched it like religiously for a couple years. And I just remember always getting angry watching that movie. I think it was just the fact, because they literally, like, the climax of the movie is they pretty much destroy their own houses. And I think Matthew Broderick's character, like, burns down their living room and destroys all their presents. And so both their wives leave them. And so they like join forces and create like a big Christmas decoration that brings both their families back. But I don't know. That movie always just made me angry. So I'm going to give it like a 5 or 6.
A weird ass plot. I'm going to leave you, Danny DeVito. Why? You're putting up too many Christmas lights.
Decorations destroyed our house. Well, Matthew Broderick's house. I don't know why Danny DeVito's wife got mad at him. He didn't really do anything wrong.
Huh. I couldn't tell you about this movie, so you're the only opinion.
I don't know. I just remember.
Sounds like a weird plot.
I just remember being young and just angry at this movie. So it's 5.5. Have you seen Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds?
I don't think I have.
It's basically like the plot of it's basically a Hallmark Christmas movie in reverse. And Ryan Reynolds is like the biggest douchebag. But he's still Ryan Reynolds, so it's funny. But basically, the plot is he was a fat guy in high school who...
I definitely haven't watched this. Fat Ryan Reynolds would have piqued my interest.
He had a big crush on this girl, but he got like
me for real.
bullied. Okay, and then he like left his hometown, became a big star, comes back and finds this girl again, and she's single. And basically she's trying to get with him because she always liked him, but he didn't realize that. So he just starts being a complete douche to her the whole time.
What a douche.
And then, I don't know. I think it's pretty good, but I give it like a 7.
I haven't seen this. I have to.
I think it has a good message, but it's very early 2000s comedy where it's just like stupid things happen.
Early 2000s had a certain comedy vibe.
Like it's basically, you can basically fill any early 2000s, especially rom-com, with this formula. You have the start, base plot sets up what the characters are and what their motives are. A bunch of random stupid stuff happens that like makes no sense how they could possibly screw up this many times in a row. And then they have a big moment where they really screw up. They realize their mistake. They make a big show to make an apology, and then they kiss at the end.
You just described the Hallmark movie in like total accuracy. Like I don't even think you skipped a detail. Maybe you missed a dog in there. But like, pretty good.
Hallmark Christmas movies are basically just 2000s comedy movies without any of the enjoyment.
I should say without any of the funny.
So the enjoyment.
Yes.
So yeah, that's like a 7. Nightmare Before Christmas.
10.
10 out of 10, baby. What a great movie.
Fucking love that movie.
It's so good, right?
I had to lock in.
It's so good.
Probably. This probably is going to be a really big, bold claim here. So crazy. Such a good movie. I wanted to... Okay, hold on. There's a lot of thoughts in my head right now. Wait.
I know Michelle right now is jumping if she's watching this. She's like, yes.
So hold on. I gotta think about this.
Because it's like just every part of it from beginning to end, just such a good beautifully movie. Animated too.
So choreography and how they.
It's the one Disney musical that I actually enjoy the musical numbers in.
Yes, and it's so good in both holidays. It's telling that even though as a 22-year-old, I still consider it one of, if not probably the only hybrid holiday special that can both simultaneously exist during Halloween and Christmas.
It's like the perfect thing that you can watch throughout all 3 months.
Yes. And technically there's a cinematic universe within it that's never explored, and it piques my interest because I wanted to see what the what the Easter one was about. Jesus.
What happened? What was the Easter Bunny story after he got kidnapped?
Real. I think this is the biggest praise I can give. I put A Nightmare Before Christmas on the same level as Dragon Ball in the sense that Jack Skellington is such an iconic character now. He's in
Fortnite. He was the first Disney character in Fortnite.
Yes. He's been mythicized almost in a sense. Like he's become Jack Skellington is like the Christmas version of the Headless Horseman. Like he's like there's a certain archetypal like character made from like folk and story tales that they just transcend time. And I have to bestow that title onto Jack Skellington just because of how good that movie is. I don't like the reason why I said Goku is because like Goku for some other reason is a really good Christmas icon too. He's really popular in Japan for being like instead of like Black Santa or Asian Santa, it's Goku Santa. So it's like kind of like that, but it's like Jack. Maybe it could be considered like a whole different category, but like the Headless Horseman or the Easter Bunny or like all these other side characters. It's like Jack fits that category so fucking well. He's so cool. And he's so popular that he got his own like Disney Lego set. Haven't bought.
Man, if it came with Oogie Boogie, that would have been a steal.
I think
also Oogie Boogie, man.
Yeah.
He appears in like only 15 minutes of the movie as the main villain. But man, he's probably the most iconic Disney villain to ever exist.
Yes.
That's the best Disney villain song.
It is genuinely like it's just a really good movie. Like almost all of the details within it. Like for me, it's like either a 9 or a 10.
It's one of those movies that you can just, every time you watch it, you can dissect and find something new out of it.
Every single time. The attention to detail is fucking nuts. And also, okay, this is the biggest glazing I will give this movie. How do I phrase this? Because I want to be clear and concise when I say this. After that movie came out, the aesthetic for Halloween is now forever set.
Yeah.
You cannot change the aesthetic for Halloween until something else changes the aesthetic.
I don't think that'll happen because it's now kind of like set in stone that like kind of like musty, grainy look is what Halloween is supposed to look.
Okay. This is how I can tell it changed like Halloween in general. The color palette in that movie is now basically the fucking set standard for just Halloween.
Yeah.
Like that's how good that movie was.
Like
whether you watched it or not, it has influenced all Halloween enjoyers.
And you know what's crazy? I think Kingdom Hearts probably did the most crazy PR for this movie because from what I've heard is it was not popular until like the early 2000s,
where when everything changed
and everybody like
when aesthetics became huge.
When a lot of people played Kingdom Hearts, they had no idea what
what's a Jack
Nightmare Before Christmas was, but that world was so good. I think that speaks to the movie too, that they designed a world so iconic and good that in this game, people then became curious. They're like, "What is this movie?" And watched it. Amazing movie. So I remember as a kid, my mom would refuse to let me watch the movie.
My mom did too.
Like, did your mom say it was too scary?
No. My mom, so it was weird. I have no idea why she's like this. She's maybe done it once after this, but like she did not like me watching like Billy or Mandy or anything like demon adjacent related and so on and so forth. I don't know why, because she barely ever went to church after marrying my dad. Actually, never. So I'm all like, why do you care if I'm watching the Jamaican Grim Reaper, a big-nosed weirdo, and a very obnoxious little girl go on peculiar-ass adventures, and the skeleton, that 8-foot, might be Michael Jordan or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the fucking future, pretending that he's Santa Claus. What are we doing here?
I think my mom was in the same boat too. She's
just so weird.
Her thing was, it's ugly.
It wasn't ugly. That shit was art.
It's beautiful. And when I finally watched it for the first time by myself, I was like, this is great.
This is amazing.
This is a great movie.
9 or 10 for me, but I think genuinely it probably is like a 10 out of 10
I think,
for the most part.
This might be one of the few Christmas movies that is a genuine 10 out of 10.
Also, you know what? I'd also argue, you know that like, I'd also have to put it here, that aesthetic for Christmas, like gothic Christmas. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's what Batman tries to do anytime. If there's a Batman story in fucking December, you know, Carol of the Bells is the leitmotif they use every time.
Yeah.
So like that genre is like of Christmas, like subgenre. It's like Nightmare Before Christmas is also in there. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like dark Christmas.
Because I think it takes, because I think the whole movie takes place in like the 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
So it's like that original Christmas aesthetic when it first came out, that's what it's like trying to go with. So that's probably why it's so iconic, because those directors specifically go to that time for inspiration for what Christmas should look like.
Beautiful.
And it's great. It's amazing.
We'll be glazing for months now if we don't get to it.
Polar Express.
2. I don't fucking like that movie for several reasons.
See,
first off, why the fuck is there a this total breaking of immersion here? Oh yes, the skeleton who is able to travel to different universes
through trees.
Also, Alex, really?
A train.
A train that brings you to the North Pole.
A train.
What are we doing here?
A train in my suburban neighborhood
During
at 3 a.m. during the holidays, specifically in the United States, specifically only waking up one child.
Really? You're kidding me. I got you.
See, I have problems with the movie, but that's like not my problem. It's just that all the children in the movie are just specifically stupid.
Oh, not stupid.
It's especially stupid.
So, my next critique. Every single one of those children, especially the black child, and I have to clarify this, they all have uncanny valley syndrome.
A little bit,
especially for the black little girl that I feel so bad for, because I know for a goddamn fact, everybody on that fucking roster was white and did not know how to properly animate a black little girl. And I feel so bad for the black little kids that watch that movie for her and then come to the mental realization she's not as well done as the other characters. And damn,
the only
and that is just being woke here.
I think the only character that
irritates me
well animated in that movie
is the fucking train conductor. It's nobody else.
The conductor and the main kid. Those are the only ones that look
Mo Bamba or Sicko Mode. That movie sucks so much nuts that it sparked the whole subgenre of nerdy memes because of how fucking stupid those kids were. I just don't like that movie. It's so I need to rewatch it again.
Mandark in that movie, especially obnoxious.
Yes, I'd have to rewatch it. It's been a while, but I know what I feel about it. But it's not a good Christmas movie. It's like it's like, how do I put this? On a platter of Christmas movies, it's that food that like people eat third or secondly.
See,
it's not good.
I don't think I'd give it a 2. I think 2 is harsh.
I give it a 3.
I think
maybe a 4.
It's at least I give it like at most a 6, at least a 4.
Yeah,
because like it has good like its setting is very good. I think it has very good like Christmas feeling when you watch it. But like
it's not a good story.
Like the characters just aren't likable.
Also, the fucking dead train ghost guy.
And
what was that about?
That guy was the most likable character in the movie.
Yeah, I liked him, but it's just like, why are we dealing with like the nightmare before death?
It's the whole plot with that kid who looks like Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle. That like they really try to make him like you feel sorry for him for being poor, but it's like. And they're trying to make the like comparison that like poor kids don't always get Christmas presents from Santa in the real world, but like in universe Santa's real.
Yeah.
So it makes no sense for him to not get presents from Santa unless Santa's just
a dick.
He just hates poor people. Like in universe, they're saying that Santa is elitist.
Yeah.
Who only gives it to the rich kids.
Yeah. No, it's terrible.
Then that specific Christmas, Dewey, for some reason, gets a present. The one Christmas he gets summoned by Santa is when Santa decides to give him a present.
It's so weird. It's such a weird plot.
Because we just watched it last night.
Oh,
too.
Really?
And me and Colby also made the joke that, like, because my mom and Joe were talking about how, like, some kids, like, the parents now are starting to like have like cheaper gifts from Santa and have like the expensive gifts from them rather than have the expensive gifts from Santa. So kids don't go to school telling their friends about how Santa got them an Xbox for Christmas. And I was like, imagine being Dewey in this movie. I think it's I think the biggest gift out of all the kids. Like his box is huge, big enough to fit a whole child inside. But imagine the shock when he on Christmas morning opens it up to get the Xbox Series X, but his family's too poor to afford a TV. And it would have been better for him to be naughty all year to get coal to keep his family warm for the winter.
Yes, Santa Claus really sucks at that part. Oh, you're getting coal for winter. Motherfucker, I have a heat-powered furnace. I need this shit.
Thank you, Santa. I'll be bad more.
Terrible.
But yeah, Polar Express is one of those it's iconic, but it's...
Wait.
I think it gets glazed.
I have to tell you a funny story.
Oh, no.
Involving chocolate coal. So, one year...
No, oh, no. Do I already know where this is going? No.
So, this was, I think, the same year I got my first SH Figure Arts Vegeta.
Mm-hmm.
And I got it from... No, I think maybe it was a few years after. So this is just a Christmas here in Moses. And we opened all our gifts. And I think second to last or whatever, my aunt is giving presents out. And the gift was to both my cousin Carlos and my dad. And my cousin Carlos opens up the gift. And it's cool. And it says to the worst kid, or the worst kid I know, or whatever. And there's two of them. It's for my dad and him. And they're chocolate. It's just supposed to be. It's like a joke Christmas gift. And my dad's laughing. He's like, "Oh, you guys are assholes." And he's giggling and it's his sister, right? Mm-hmm. But my cousin Carlos starts fucking bawling, dog. Because I think at this point, he hasn't got a Christmas gift yet.
No.
From my aunt. And so he's just crying. I don't know. I don't remember what I was doing, but I'm just all like... I'm sitting, I'm behind the couch, just kind of looking over with my arms crossed. Because I think I've gotten a gift once or twice by now. And I'm just all like, that fucking sucks, man. I can't believe they did that shit to you. I'm saying that mentally in my head. But now thinking back on it, holy fuck, was that funny, dude.
Got coal for Christmas.
But it was chocolate coal. I think
poor child.
Yeah. But he was a little shit though, so it was kind of justified. But fuck, was it funny? Because he's just he cries like that, and I'm just like, damn, bro, they really fucked your shit up.
Christmas is ruined.
Oh god, that was so funny. Anyway, I haven't told that story in years.
That's great. What a way to traumatize a child.
It really was.
All right, next movie up is Elf. I think we'll have to start slamming through these. Have you seen Elf?
How many do you have?
There's 26 on this list.
Elf is a solid 5. It's all right.
It's decent.
Yeah.
Christmas Story.
Which one's that one?
That's the one with the kid who wants the rifle.
Oh, you know what? I think that one's overhyped. That's a 4. I do not like that one.
Yeah. I think it's sequel movie-ish. The movie that they made where it was the telling of the origin story of why he was writing the story of A Christmas Story, I think is better than A Christmas Story.
I've never seen that one.
Because it's he is the kid from the movie, from A Christmas Story, is in the future writing a story for the paper about his favorite Christmas, and this is after his dad died. So he's it tells the story of that he's writing this story as an appreciation for the man who his dad was. And I
like that message more.
Yeah, I think that one's very good. I'd give that sequel, A Christmas Story gets, I think, a solid 9.
Damn.
But A Christmas Story probably gets a 5.
Yeah,
it's another decent.
It's just a meh.
Home Alone. I haven't seen the second one, but I have so many gripes with the first one. Is that they really try to paint Kevin as a bad child, but his family just sucks.
Yeah.
I don't think they could have possibly wrote a less likable and terrible family than they did in that movie.
Yeah.
And Kevin's just a boy. and they couldn't bother to give him the correct slice of pizza. Like, what if he had an allergy? Nobody cared that his pizza that was ordered for him got eaten, and that he was relentlessly bullied by his brother to the point that he would have an outburst, and yet he's somehow the only one who gets in trouble out of that, not the brother.
Bad movie. It's not very.
It's another one that just makes me angry.
And I think you know what? This is going to be a wild take. I feel like the only reason why people like it is because of Kevin's shenanigans and the fact that he's able to outsmart two adult grown men.
I think so. I think people
unironically, like the power scaling of Kevin is what keeps that movie alive.
I think people genuinely forget the majority of the movie up until the part where he makes the traps.
Yeah, no one does.
I think the only like really good part of the movie is the plot with the old neighbor. I think the old neighbor plot is very good. But man, do they really try to steer you in a direction to feel bad for Kevin's family, or to feel like Kevin's a bad child who should learn from his actions, when in reality, I'm pretty sure he probably in the future is a lot happier not having to deal with his family.
Oh yeah,
because they were terrible people.
No, they were
5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen this is an extremely obscure one. Have you seen All of the Other Reindeer?
Give me the plot synopsis.
It's a beagle dog who I think it was originally a short book, like a scholastic book, but she's like a dog who I haven't seen in a long time.
You just unlocked a feral memory from decades ago. I don't remember the movie in full, but all I remember is a fucking beagle with a red nose leading Santa's sleigh. I don't know the plot of the movie, but there is a vivid image of a beagle and just in the fucking air.
I know that she has like a penguin friend that's like a drug dealer.
Okay, that part I don't remember.
The dog catcher's trying to get her the whole time.
I
said, I only saw it like once when I was like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And that was like the only time they ever showed it on air, was that one time on Cartoon Network.
Yeah. I don't know, like a 4. I can't remember the plot.
I don't remember it really either. I'm gonna go on the opposite end of that. I'm gonna go 6.
Okay.
Because I think it was. I just remember the song that they sing at the very end.
What's the song?
It's a Merry Christmas after all.
Oh.
I like that. So 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Also, the animation is very grungy and weird. So I don't know if I dislike it or like it. But anyway, the Santa Claus.
What would I give it? I actually like these movies.
This is another one I'm not a big fan of.
Really?
Yeah.
I like them. Like the first one's good. The second one and the one with Jack Frost, fuck no. Throw them away.
Jack Frost one's stupid.
Yeah, throw them away.
And then I give the first one. We're only gonna count that one. Yeah. I'm gonna give that like.
I give it like
I'm gonna give it a 6.
I give it like I do enjoy that movie. I like the idea that like Santa Claus is a mantle and it has to pass down. Like it's the fucking it's like the Thor force or the Odin force or something.
Ruined that guy's life.
It did. Well, I guess it didn't really ruin it because everybody eventually just went to the North Pole and just, oh yes, my legion of minions, and I'm able to eat anything I want. It's like a solid 6, maybe 7. It's one of those 6. Like feel good movies. That's all it's for.
Like, yeah, I think it's a 6.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get to some cartoon Christmas
finally the real shit.
Phineas and Ferb Christmas special.
It's not a good, very, very, very good Phineas and Ferb. Just like,
you don't like it?
No.
I think that's probably one of the most iconic episodes of the show.
Really?
Yeah. It's the only one that they actually deviate from the plot of Phineas and Ferb.
That's why I don't like it.
That's the reason why I don't like a majority of the show, is it was the same plot every time.
I'm going to be honest. I only watched Phineas and Ferb for the Perry subplot. Let's be real.
Yeah. And the Doofenshmirtz subplot's good on that one.
Yeah, it is. It's like, I don't know. That one's like a 5. It's in the middle of the road for me. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I'll give it like, it's like, I don't know. Maybe it is a 5.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it for a while. What about Fairly Odd Christmas? You remember this one?
Dude, I don't even think they fucking played that one very much. It's been
They
a while.
stopped after a bit. Like, for some reason, they just decided that they hated Fairly Odd Parents in like from like after 2007.
Yeah.
They just decided they hated Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
And made the show worse.
I think, actually, shockingly, I think that new one with the black chick is actually not that bad.
I think people do actually like that one.
Yeah.
But the Fairly Odd Christmas, I think it's pretty good. I'll give it a 7. I like the opening song when Timmy's dad breaks into the room and goes, "I love you, Nuggie."
I think for that one, if I remember correctly, it's like a 5, a 5 or 6.
It's a decent one.
Yeah.
It's still fun though.
There's better ones.
But the banger one, SpongeBob Christmas. Absolute banger.
10
out of 10.
There's a very fine Christmas for
It's so
me.
good because like we always say that, like, I guess we a theme that's been popping up throughout this is that when it's a Christmas special and it feels too much like the normal episode or a normal
bad.
thing, that it's bad. But with SpongeBob, like the normal SpongeBob shenanigans that happen work so well.
Okay, this is what I'll tell you. This is how I know it's fucking goated, with the sauce. That episode still premieres on Nickelodeon.
It's true.
To this day.
I think over their new special as well.
Exactly.
Because their new special was not good.
They try to recapture it. They like lightning in a bottle. They just couldn't. And I genuinely think because of the animation, there's something so good about that Christmas
and I think
special,
just the overall plot actually really works because they try to make Plankton the villain in the newer one, but in the original, having Squidward be a Scrooge and having it be the normal plot where Squidward is a Scrooge and mean to SpongeBob, and then realizes that he was wrong in being mean to him, and then completely going so crazy overboard in fixing the problem that he like inconvenienced himself. Works so good as a Christmas special.
Almost in a weird way, it's like a spin-off of Scrooge. Like,
yeah,
like that whole story. So it's just like it's a genuinely, you know what, bro? If I ever end up in late game YouTube, like for realsies, where like eventually you make enough on YouTube that eventually you just start buying stocks and you don't have to make YouTube videos anymore, because that's what the meta is. Pun not intended with my name, of course. But I want to buy an original frame from that episode. I want to buy either Mr. Krabs or like SpongeBob.
The very first Christmas to me.
I would spend a very healthy amount of money on one of those original frames.
Real.
If I could find it.
It's a great episode of SpongeBob and a great Christmas episode. Great Christmas special.
Great.
All right, here's the next one. We're in the final 10. Charlie Brown Christmas special.
It's a classic. This is
another 10 out of 10.
I was gonna say 8. I think genuinely though, it's a little bit overdone now.
I think there's been so many parodies about it that like you forget how good the original one is. Because I rewatched it.
I did with Nat.
I've been hearing a lot of like analysis on like how like holiday specials that like focus on like the realism are really good. And I rewatched that and I was like, man, they made this back in like the 60s, like as a commentary on like what Christmas was becoming. And it still holds to this day that it's like the over commercialization. And it's almost strange how the society seems to have completely missed the message of that special and commercialized that special.
So here's how I have to say it when it comes to that. People knew what it was trying to say, but I think people just didn't want to listen.
Yeah. Because it's a really good message.
It's a phenomenal message, but I'll be honest. I think it's almost, how do I put this? It's like trying to bark up the wrong tree and to be like, Christmas is bad. It's about family and like, and it being, about Christianity, but it's just like Christmas hasn't been about Christianity in like 150 years. Like this, it's about just something more than that now to a point to where Muslims will celebrate Christmas. It's not because they're celebrating Christ. They're just like Christmas. So like when that special, it's a good message. So when that special tries to be like the over commercialization of it's like, Charlie, we've been fucked since the start, bud. You're saying this message way too goddamn late.
Because I think the overall message of what it's trying to say,
it's good,
is that the point of Christmas isn't about like the flashiness and like making everything look as like bright and colorful as possible. It's about actually like spending the time to like care about the other people around you.
Yes.
It's like that's the whole thing that's going on with the Christmas special. Is like Charlie Brown's not feeling the Christmas spirit because his friends are terrible to him.
No, friends are always terrible.
The only one that's ever nice to him is Linus.
Yes.
Linus is the realest friend to ever
Linus
exist.
is real. If you can get yourself a Linus like I have,
Linus is honestly
one of the best duos, and
he's probably the best Peanuts character, to be honest.
That or Snoopy.
Snoopy's a douche.
He's a dick, but he's funny.
He's terrible to Charlie Brown.
Yeah, he's terrible, but he's funny.
But Linus is a real one in that special, and completely changes everyone's attitude by the end of it. So they all come together and decide to actually
Linus
celebrate
is just
Christmas.
the reincarnation of Jesus.
Linus might be Jesus.
Yeah, he might be.
He might be Jesus.
Yeah, I think it's like still like it's an 8.
I'm giving it a 10. I'm giving a solid 10. That's a good Christmas special.
Yeah.
Plus it's short, sweet, straight to the point. Snoopy goes on a kill streak at the very beginning of the movie. Like literally goes skating with the kids and just
wrong one.
Kills them all.
That one. He's floating in the air. I was thinking the one where he's the red bear and he's like
No, that's Halloween.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're getting to the Christmas carols. There's one.
We've entered like the dark gothic territory where I consider these ones to be.
So have you seen the one? It's like a cartoony one that came out in like the 60s or 70s. It's a very obscure one. I don't know how else to describe it. It's
What's
like
his name? You wrote him down. Tell me.
Well, I don't know the name of it. I just remember
what in the lost media and totally oblivious.
The greediest man Christmas.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bah Humbug, I think is what it's called.
Was Scrooge?
Yeah, it's the
3D animated one?
No, not 3D. That's Disney's Christmas Carol.
Oh.
I don't remember the specific name. I just know it's animated. Okay, my phone is broken. Yeah, that's what it's called. The Stingiest Man in Town. 1978.
I've never heard of this.
Stupid.
Oh.
4 out of 10. Maybe 3. It's a dumb version of Christmas Carol.
I have never heard of it.
That's all I need to say about that then.
Okay.
Disney's Christmas Carol, though. The one with Jim Carrey. I think that's a solid 9 out of 10.
I give it an 8.
It's good. Yeah. I think it's very good. I think the animation's shockingly realistic.
Yes.
Like shocking. Like where Polar Express is uncanny realistic. That one's actually like good realistic.
Yes.
And Jim Carrey's he's such a great actor.
Phenomenal.
And voice actor that I think That's probably why that movie's so good. Is Jim Carrey's voice in that is just so good.
Also, the actual, I'd have to actually read the original plot of that movie because it's genuinely like one of those ones. This is what I was trying to say earlier. There are certain stories like Sleepy Hollow and stuff that are so fundamentally crazy that it kind of became a plot in like Deadpool Kills the Universe, that all these stories are so important that people come back for them for like original inspiration. They're like the original stories. So I think it's Disney's A Christmas Carol is a great modern retelling of it, and I really do like it. I think my problem with it is that like while I do think the animation is very spectacular, I would have rather like wanted like a classic like Disney princess like animation style to it.
Yeah.
Like the care to it, not the actual like aesthetic.
I think the only reason why they probably didn't go with that, because I think that came out the year before Princess and the Frog.
Really?
Or maybe it's the same year.
I thought it was the same.
Disney's Christmas Carol. Because it might have been the same year. 2009.
Can't wait till our next Disney princess drops.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wanting like an Indian one.
It was the same year.
Yeah, I was right.
That's crazy. So yeah, it was
A Christmas Carol.
That's probably then why it's animated different, is most of their animation department was working on Princess and the Frog.
Yep.
I don't think they've ever released 2 animated movies since then.
Yeah. I think it was almost like a test. Disney's A Christmas Carol is the building basis for modern Disney.
Probably actually.
It's the pre-Cambrian water.
But I think it's a very good.
It's a good movie.
Version of A Christmas Carol. But then there's also the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen that one.
And I think this one, like these 2 movies, Colby's going to disagree because he hates the Muppets. But I think
I hate you.
Muppets Christmas Carol and Disney's Christmas Carol can absolutely duke it out on which one's better. Because I think Muppets Christmas Carol is a very good telling of the story. Adding like the little Muppets comedic elements and having like the narrator be part of the story, I think it's a very good touch.
Yeah.
But like, it invokes like, I'd say more emotion out of you through this one.
I'm trying to think about it. Like
Disney's Christmas Carol's darker, but like Muppets Christmas Carol's more emotional.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen that movie. I can't really give like a real like honest like rating of it.
I think this is another. It's either a 9 or a 10 because Michael Caine is insanely good as Scrooge.
Shit, I can't remember it.
It's so good.
God, it's been so long. I think I'd give it an 8 just because I can't remember like all of it in full detail. But I did like the idea of like a tiny like frog family.
Frog family.
Yeah.
Rizzo the rat just being stupid the whole time.
Yes.
Gonzo being the narrator.
I love
Gonzo. It's good.
Yeah.
I think there's a reason why that's my dad's favorite Christmas special.
I'd have to rewatch it. But it's genuinely
I really like it.
Yes.
I think it's really good. Solid 9 or 10. Okay. Now we're going to the 3 Grinches.
Okay.
So let's start with the 60s one, which I think is the best one. I think that's another 9. Animated by Chuck Jones, so it looks like a Tom and Jerry episode, but has the Dr. Seuss style.
I'm conflicted even giving it a 9 or a 10. I think I'm gonna give it a 10 for the sole reason I think it might be one of the greatest examples of a 1-to-1 adaptation, and it genuinely feels like the book.
It really is. Like, it's. I think Dr. Seuss, I don't know if this is true, but I think I remember reading that Dr. Seuss said that is the definitive version of the story over the book.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I give it that motherfucker 10 out of 10, solidified, author approved.
The author, like, I think that's the one time I've ever heard that the author likes the movie adaptation over their own version of the story.
That's crazy.
It's very good and fun, short and sweet, like the Charlie Brown special.
Yeah.
It has everything.
No, it's like it's so iconic. The frame of the Grinch just side eyeing the camera and then just going, and then the curl. It's iconic.
It's iconic.
You can't.
Plus, I think it does show the message
very well.
Very well. Because like, we'll get into the comparisons. Because like it really invokes why the Grinch changes his ways.
Yeah. That
like he sees that the people didn't need the stuff. Yeah. That it was about the heart, and that changes him to be like, you know what, I'm going back.
It is, yet again, at least with his Christmas stories, it is so influential and so crazy good. The Grinch as a character goes on the same level as probably like the Headless Horseman and like
he's just at this point,
like just the name, the Grinch. You're being a Grinch. The Grinch. It's like it's too iconic. It's too. Yeah. It's one of the greatest.
That special specifically,
yes,
is what solidified it.
Yes,
and then there's the Jim Carrey version, which I think is good, but I think people overhype it compared to that original animation.
Cool set design, cool costumes. Overall,
I like the kind of twist on it that like the reason why he hates Christmas is because the people of Whoville were like racist towards him. I think that does add layers to it, but like I don't know if it gives off the same like feeling of justifying him going back.
You know what's weird about that movie? I remember it. I watched it like 2 years ago again. It doesn't feel like a Christmas movie. It feels more like a Grinch origin story, and then him like figuring it out himself. That's what he does in the book and in the original animated one, but it doesn't feel.
It kind of stretches too long.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like Christmas. It feels like Christmas is in like the background of it. Like, oh yes, my heart grew 3 times bigger because of Christmas in that one. But like in the animated one, it's because he's like there's much more of a like a fuck, man, like this is what Christmas is actually about.
Right, I completely missed the plot.
Yeah,
because even the Who's in Whoville in that one don't understand the meaning of Christmas.
No,
the only one that does is Cindy Lou Who.
Yeah,
she's the only one who actually does understand the meaning of Christmas. So like, I don't know. It works for that plot, but it's not as good as the animation.
Nope, it's not.
Like Jim Carrey, great. Like in Disney's Christmas Carol, he's great.
Yeah,
but it's just not as good as the animation.
Nope, not at all. 100% agree.
Then there's the Illumination version.
I have not watched that.
Hot garbage.
Really?
This one's a 2 out of 10.
Damn,
it's terrible. Because like, it's one of those where. How we said that the Grinch learns like the actual meaning of Christmas in the original animation, and then Jim Carrey, he's like justified in not liking Christmas because the Who's were terrible to him. But in this one, it's like there's no justification for him wanting to change his ways because the Who's are just absolutely obnoxious, like oblivious to their own annoyance in this movie. Like they're just awful, annoying people.
So they just became rich white folk.
Pretty much unaware of how annoying they are. Like if anybody normal lived next to the Who's in Whoville, you would be as annoyed as the Grinch. Like there's no reason why his heart grows at the end of that movie.
Here's an analysis I kind of learned from these 3 movies. Why is The Grinch, a story about a guy figuring out the meaning of not just Christmas, just being a good person, slowly evolve into a racism allegory? How do we do that?
I don't know how we did that.
That's kind of weird.
I really don't know.
Yeah,
because I think that's where the original one gets it right, because the Grinch looks different from all the Who's, but the Who's treat him normal. Yeah. Like, he's just a normal person, but he's just grumpy. He's just a grumpy guy who doesn't get
Who doesn't get it until he does, and he's like, shit.
Like, crap. They were just having fun, loving each other, and I ruined it.
Oh, damn.
But, like, yeah, in the Illumination one, it's all the same problems as I have with the Jim Carrey one, except worse written.
Yeah.
And just not fun. I
think Tyler the Creator also did the album, like the music,
and it was bad.
I don't know why he did that. Don't get me wrong. Tyler's a good musician, and like he can make really good albums.
But he made a bad cover of the group.
Oh my god, it's a Colby cameo.
No, I haven't moved him.
What's Colby doing?
Dante time.
Dante. Is that our last movie, Caleb?
No.
What's our last movie?
There's 5 more.
Okay.
So there's Frosty the Snowman. I give that
it's a classic. 5. Yeah, it's like a 5. It's mid. It's mid.
Yeah, it's mid. It's iconic, but it's not like.
I prefer the song over the special.
Yeah. The song is definitely better.
The song is special. Extremely sad too.
Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Have you seen that one? It's like the same animation as like all those old ones, stop motion.
I don't think I have.
It's basically Santa's origin story.
Oh, I have, but it's been way too long. Oh crap!
It's a weird one.
I can't even tell you.
I think I don't know. It's kind of, in retrospect, the whole plot of the movie is kind of weird. And the main villain is basically just an idiot.
Okay.
I'm going to give it like a 4.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't remember the plot in full.
It's not special or really iconic.
It's forgettable.
It's forgettable, and the plot's just not very good.
That's like a 4-3.
A Year Without a Santa Claus, though, a little better.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's the one with the Heat Miser and Freeze Miser.
Dude, all those characters get all jumbled up in my head, and like I thought they were all in one movie. Some like mega Christmas.
Those two movies do kind of blend together.
Yeah, or they like they show each other back to back, like when they're being played, and then it sucks. No, or that doesn't suck. It gets confusing.
It's confused, especially to small children watching it for the first time.
I think that's why.
Because they look exactly the same too.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, a 5 maybe.
Yeah, it might be like a 5. It's like it's just one of those. Again, I think they're just cashing off of like the studio's success.
Oh yeah,
and you could tell that after the next one up on this list, that they kind of had no ideas on what to animate. Oh, yeah. So they just were kind of rolling with it.
Is it the one I think it is?
Yes, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Unlike the previous two, I actually do like this one.
It's good.
I think it's like a 7.
Yeah, I think this is another one, a lot like A Christmas Story, but the real story behind the creation of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I think should be made into a Christmas movie, and I think that is a better story.
Did we talk about that? What was that again?
Did we talk about that on the podcast? I don't think we did.
I'm trying to remember.
But I think it's a better story than the actual Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Because it feels more in line with the Christmas spirit. Where the problem with Rudolph is it's very iconic, has a easy to follow story. But when you really start digging into it, it's kind of ableist in a way. That the only reason why they accept Rudolph back into society is because they found usefulness in him. Like, they didn't think at all that him having a glowing nose would be useful.
Until you realize you need fucking lights.
Until you need lights.
Yeah.
Which they relentlessly bullied him and cast him out of society for having a glowing nose. When in reality, it's like,
why?
If Rudolph died What would you be doing on Christmas Eve?
What if you? What if Rudolph committed suicide and you couldn't do anything about it?
Now Christmas is canceled because you guys
we're all fucking jackasses.
Ableist.
Yeah. Also, isn't it implied that the elf has autism?
I don't know.
Is it not?
Did they have the knowledge to make that sort of implication back then? I don't think so. He just wanted to be a dentist.
Something like that. I remember somebody giving a take like that. It's like, yeah, he has autism. I'm like, really?
I think that's a stupid take. His goals are pretty explanatory. He's like, I don't like my job. I want a different job. And then they're like, you idiot. You can't have another job.
You're dumb.
Your race defines what job you should have.
That's crazy.
That's basically what it says.
Yet again, another one about race allegory, which is so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with Christmas movies.
Apparently, elves can only make toys.
Yeah, bunch of lazy.
And
bastards.
Rudolph was better off dead in their eyes than to have a glowing nose.
Poor bastard.
Yeah, 7 out of 10 though.
7 out of 10.
Still enjoyable. Here's the last one. It's a Wonderful Life. I gotta hand it to Mr. Bigwood for introducing me to this movie. It's an all-time classic. This is a 10 out of 10 movie in general.
Give me the plot synopsis again. Hold on. I feel like I'm missing a key few details in my head.
So basically it starts off that an angel in heaven is assigned to a man who's about to commit suicide.
Yeah.
And the angel is shown the life of this man on how he had big dreams and never actually got to fulfill those dreams because he was constantly something in life would always set him back. Like he wanted to explore the world, but then his father died and he had to take over their company, their bank. And then he wanted to go to war with his brother, but he got in an injury as a child saving his brother from drowning that caused him to not be able to go to war. And then maybe the plot of him exploring the world happened when he got married, because I think him and his wife were supposed to go off on an adventure, and then his dad dies, and then they take over. And then basically he just had tragedy after tragedy leading up until Christmas Eve one year, after he has a whole family, kids, wife, and his one of the guys who handles the money at the bank like loses the money, and it ends up in the hands of an evil banker that wants to like take over the town. And the evil banker basically, because he goes to the evil banker to ask for money to save their bank or else they're going to go under and he was going to lose everything. And the evil banker basically tells him to screw off.
All the money's for me.
Sends the police after him for, I can't remember why the police go after him. I know it's something to do with him being, he does something that's considered illegal. But basically, what does this guy want?
What do you want? I think I do remember the plot of this movie, but I can't really consider like one of like a really crazy movie, at least for me. Like I do remember it, but I think I'd like give it like a 7.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy low.
I genuinely just can't remember it all in full. Like I do remember like some of the basic points, but like I never was wowed by it like the other ones. Like I just can't like remember myself going like I want to watch this next Christmas or something in my head.
I think that's a crazy.
I might have to rewatch it.
That's a crazy take.
This is. I give it like a 7 or an 8. Asterisk. Need to watch again.
Yeah, it's a 10.
Yeah,
it's a 10 out of 10. It's a great, because it's a great movie on its own, and the fact that it's also a Christmas movie just carries that over. It's a 10 out of 10 Christmas movie.
I'd have to watch it again.
It's one of those that just makes you. It's one of those that makes you just appreciate life, as in general. That like the entire message is no matter like how many bad things happen, that it's like you can always find a way to like good things come out of the bad things.
Real. I love those kind of messages though.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Good movie.
And that's the last one I have on the list.
Yeah, I think out of all of them, personally, for me, it's always going to be A Nightmare Before Christmas.
I think that's
love
just, it's an easy watch.
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
I think I might watch it tonight.
I was thinking the same thing.
Hold on, is it on Disney Plus? I think it is.
Of course it is.
I think it is.
But yeah, that's a great movie. I love that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot because those are just the ones that I've either seen or are iconic. But there's just a lot of
it's just not fair.
Bitty, 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 bum, bum.
I don't know why I thought about that.
That's a fun movie.
Good. I have to say overall, when it comes to Christmas movies, they are, at least for the most part, I think a majority fucking miss and you're out. Kind of.
Every Hallmark one is a miss.
Yeah, but then there's just a select few that are so good. They somehow put themselves in a box because eventually, it's a Christmas movie. You can't watch it unless it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
That are so good that eventually transcend time into literature itself and become an icon.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Either it's ass or legendary.
Because like I think Christmas Carol carries to media outside of Christmas itself.
Yeah.
Like that's how iconic of a story that is. Even It's a Wonderful Life carries into media outside of Christmas itself.
Yeah. Mostly, I think some of those top tiers always do it, especially like a Christmas Carol. It's just like
because I think that's one of the original.
That's like, an OG. That's
like stories.
That's from
Christmas
like
time. That's
from like what?
I think it's 1880.
Yeah, I was about to say it's old. That shit's like
maybe it's
13 colonies ass time period.
Yeah. Let me see.
I think genuinely that actually might be that might take place during the Victorian era, right?
So it was written in 1843.
1843.
Written in 6 weeks.
Your life is meaningless. You haven't achieved anything by 22. You should give up. No. You should continue doing life. Those are just the outliers. But like, whoever wrote that story was high.
Charles Dickens
was blasted on something because there's no way you come up with a story where an old cranky man has to go through 3 biblical angels. Metaphorically speaking, I've seen that.
Actually, I don't know. I think that's just given the time period and I think this is like about the time that industrialization is starting to like go up. That he probably was just foreseeing. Rich people be bad.
Oh yeah, but that's like, I love the Ghost of Christmas Past or Future.
Christmas Future.
I love Future.
So good. It's always hype when he comes on screen.
It is a genuine treat to see death being personified as like a neutral or good force. It's why I like one of my favorite paintings ever is The Lady in White, where Nat doesn't like it because Nat doesn't like death, but I try to explain it to her where like it's a mother holding her dead infant, but like the baby's not crying, it's death, just like it's it's death in white, just holding child as it passes, and it's just like it's romantically beautiful, and I always come back and think about like the Ghost of Christmas Future and how it's just like, yeah, if you don't fucking fix your shit, I will be here.
There's death comes for everyone.
Yeah,
but your death is gonna be
miserable. You will
die alone,
everybody
and
else,
sad, and the people who actually cared about you will still suffer.
Yeah. So
or the people who relied on you will suffer.
Beautiful.
Good. Beautiful. It's a great story.
Yes.
I want to get the original book. and read it.
Oh yeah,
because I feel like that's a good read.
I think if I do plan on doing like broadening out my YouTube, eventually kind of maybe even doing like random ass essay videos, just like, oh, here's a JoJo's analysis. Here's my analysis on Book of Genesis 5-6. Or it's like something like that. I'd love to like read all these like classical Christmas stories for like a December special and just be like, damn, the original Christmas Carol is fucking badass.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I love this one. It's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, it's a great story. Anyway, we haven't seen a lot of Christmas specials, if that's not evident. There's too many.
There's literally way too many.
There's so many to the point where and there's so, like you said, there's so many misses when it comes to it.
It's majority misses. It's like 90% misses.
Almost not worth it to try to watch.
I think 5% good. No. 9% good. 1 no.
Like there's the iconic ones, and then there's the
if I were to
actually good ones.
It would be 90% garbage.
Yeah, especially now.
9.8% good, and then like 0.2 like mythic.
Like actually like
holy shit.
Outside of Christmas, really good.
Yes.
But yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy watching these specials.
I hope your eggnog is warm.
Or cold.
Or cold. I prefer mine warm.
I like mine cold.
And then the red blue theme star. Oh, wait. Wait. A Christmas miracle happened, Caleb.
What happened?
I totally forgot about that. Now I'm awake. What time is it? What time is it actually?
12:30.
What is it?
12:30.
12:30. Yeah, now I'm actually awake. The Team Fortress 2 7th issue comic finally dropped, Caleb. It's been more than a decade since there's been a cliffhanger, and this week it dropped. So many Valve fans were happy, and apparently it's not some like garbage they just regurgitated out. Apparently it's actually a good ending. This is like hyper obscure internet knowledge.
I didn't even know this existed in the first place. Valve
made a story for Team Fortress 2 involving all the characters, and then for like 2,106 days they never dropped the 7th issue for whatever reason, and then it did right before Christmas. It's a Christmas miracle, Caleb.
I didn't know. I'm going to be honest. I didn't know Team Fortress 2 was a real game until like I went to some friend's birthday party and their brother actually had it on their computer. I was like, this is real? I thought people just made like this was just like a meme thing.
It really is. Game. I don't know. I thought I'd tell you that. It was like a Christmas miracle for a whole bunch of nerds.
I'm happy for you guys that you guys.
It wasn't for me. I thought I'd just say it. It's like, bring the good news.
You got me. I didn't know this existed. I didn't know there was a comic of Team Fortress 2, let alone a real game.
Where's Half-Life 3, Valve? You've given me one media that has been lost. Where's Half-Life 3?
Half-Life 3.
Maybe
we'll get a Christmas miracle.
I want to believe. Year. I want to believe.
But yeah. Anyway, eat cookies. Enjoy your family and friends.
Have a good old soup.
Good soup. A good soup would go really good. But just enjoy the holidays.
Real.
Enjoy time with those you care about.
Sometimes I like to eat the microphone.
Alex is on the naughty list.
Give me coal and I'll start a fire, jackasses.
Be naughty, get coal.
Profit.
You know what? That's the lesson to take. Coal is actually useful.
It is useful.
Anybody who gets coal for Christmas,
do it. You know how to use it.
You're winning. Anyway, that's it for this week. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. It was the very first Christmas to me.
Peace out.